Hello everyone, my name is TheDarkasDay, and I'm bringing you a new series that I like to call Best Things in Call of Duty. Now, basically what this is I'm going to be taking some of the best aspects of Call of Duty in general that I personally like, and explaining why I like them and why I'm really happy they're, in the game. Now, specifically, I'm starting off with some weapons that I like, so I'm starting with this sniper here, the DSR 50. Now, the DSR 50 is possibly one of my favorite snipers in all of, Call of Duty. And by the way, excuse the terrible gameplay. I am not exactly FaZe. I'm decent, but I'm not, amazing. So please, just bear with me. I do end up winning the game. I'd like you guys to know that, as it does look like I'm not going to for a very long time during this gameplay. But I do end up going clutch, winning the game. Anyway, so the DSR, one of the reasons why I really like it is its high damage. I barely ever get hit markers. I might get like 1 or 2 a game while I'm playing, but it's not bad. Like, I mean, the Ballista's not bad, but it has a higher damage than the Ballista and stuff like that, which is why I personally prefer the DSR, because although I'm somewhat accurate in those emergency situations where I just like to get a hit on the person, I really like the fact that the DSR will usually get me that one-shot, one-kill. Now, the other thing that I really like about this gun is the fact that it's pretty easy to be alright with. It's not like newbie easy, it's not like, terribly easy, but like I said, because of the high damage rate, you don't always have to be getting headshots, or always have to be getting, like, upper chest. And so it's a good sniper overall because of that, because no matter how good the sniper, you are going to have those certain circumstances where it's not going to be, easy. And this sniper's, like, in my opinion, possibly the best so far because of that fact. And it's generally easy, but it does have some drawbacks. First off, I don't know if you can notice, because it's not like when you're playing you notice more than if you're watching, but it zooms in pretty slowly, so it makes it a bit hard to quickscope with, which is why a lot of my shots fail, because I'll need to quickly get off something, like get off a shot, and so I'll just sight in and then take the shot as soon as I can. But like a lot of times those sight-ins don't end up actually being, fully sighted in. So I'm actually not getting the full benefits of you not hip firing, basically. It's almost like I'm half no-scoping, aka a pop shot, if you know what that is. So pop shots are really not all that great in this game because aim assist has been taken off snipers, which I kind of like because it makes quick scoping just easier, almost. Well, not easier. I guess it makes it more difficult, but I don't know. I don't really notice it. I prefer it without the aim assist. But that's why I really like the DSR. The DSR's like basically a concept behind it where if you can get a hit on the person, you're almost always going to get a one-shot kill, because it's not as easy to be accurate, I guess, without the the aim assist. But it's a great gun, even though it does sight in slowly, and it's possibly my favorite sniper rifle. So comparing it to some other snipers in the game, like the Ballista, it does sight in slower. I think it pulls its bolt back faster, but I don't know about that for sure. Like, I think its fire rate's higher, but don't quote me on that, because I just go by feel. For me, it feels like it. And obviously, it has higher damage. Now, then you compare that to the XPR, where it has, like, relatively high damage. I mean, it's not... I think it's stronger than the Ballista, but it's not, like, amazing damage, one-shot, one-kill all the time, like the DSR is. Now, because of this, like, comparing, like, you see, and it's kind of like the best, because although it is bolt, so that makes it pretty, in my opinion, a very legitimate sniper. It's not really like you're going to be spraying with this or something, doing something newbie, although, do come close, you can see, with a couple of these failed quickscope attempts. But, it's not a newbie gun, and with the XPR you can get really tempted to spray because you don't have that bolt to pull back to stop you. Like, a lot of times when I'm using something like the XPR, since I don't have that bolt, I don't know how soon afterwards I should try and take a shot again. So it just feels like it's easier to spray. Well, I mean, it is easier to spray. It's a semi-auto rifle, basically, but, you know, it's easier to play less legitimately with, and kind of come off as a noob. Now, then you compare this gun to the SVU, and it just completely blows it out of the water. The SVU, totally unlegitimate gun. Actually, I will put an annotation right on the screen now to my video explaining why it's a terrible gun, and that's part of my series, The Worst Things in Call of Duty. And basically, it has high fire rate, so it's basically a spraying gun because its damage is ridiculously low, has low recoil, so it's even designed with spraying in mind. And it's bad. It's not good to use because you can't run around and quickscope with it, you have to run around and spray with it. So, as someone like me who kind of enjoys quickscoping, it's really not a gun that you want to be using. Now, basically, another point that I want to make on why the DSR is, like, fantastic as a gun, like, overall, is comparing it to past Call of Duties. Now, Infinity Ward Call of Duties are basically always more friendly towards quickscoping. I don't know why, probably because it really exploded as a thing during Modern Warfare 2, thanks to the intervention. But basically, it's been a giant thing since that. And so, because of it, basically, quickscoping is the main function of snipers nowadays. Now, basically, what that means is Infinity Ward kind of created quickscoping almost, or not created it, but, you know, facilitated it originally. So they kept going with that. And so normally you would find a better sniper for it, like the MSR or whatever in Modern Warfare 3, would be in an Infinity Ward game because they're more designed for it. You sight in faster, they're just more friendly towards it. Even Black Ops 1, they were totally against, you know, quickscoping. You could tell by the things that they did to try and prevent it from being easy. But this gun really breaks that chain, and it's honestly a joy to try and snipe with because of its great sniping abilities. Now, sorry about that, I don't know if you can hear that, my phone's ringing. But anyway, the gameplay's wrapping up right about now, so I'm just going to make my final point about how I think that this was a great way that Treyarch could show the fact that they're no longer completely against quickscopers, because this is really designed for it. Along with the Ballista, which I'll hopefully be doing another episode on soon. But yeah, so you can see I ended up winning the game by 1 point, which I was very excited about, because the person that was going to beat me was pretty much not very, you know, legitimate player in my opinion. But yeah, my name is TheDarkasDay, and this has been one of the best things in Call of Duty.